Wales Steffan Garrero with you this morning, 8 minutes past 10 on a Friday, and as we all know, Wales is prime rambling territory, beautiful views, open spaces, plenty of hills as well. But when does the hill you're heading up actually become a mountain? Our next guest knows all about this because he's recently been part of a team that has made Thack Moor in the Pennines into a mountain. They've managed to get it upgraded. It's officially classed as a mountain now. He's Myrddyn Phillips. Morning to you, sir.
Hello there, Stefan. Good morning.
You've made the national news headlines with this one today. How exactly do you go about this? How do you change a hill into a mountain?
Well, it's generally regarded in England and Wales that for mountain status, a peak has to be over 2,000 foot, and in imperial terms, obviously 2,000, in metric, 609.6 metres. So the Ordnance Survey, who are the leading map makers in Britain, if they have they're called spot heights, the height that appears on the map, and if it's at 609 metres, that then is a sign for us that we should go and accurately survey the hill in question. And we have survey-grade GPS equipment.
Right.
Our current equipment is a Leica GS15. So we go up and we determine where the highest point is and put the equipment over the summit.
So this is you and two Fred. How do you come across a common interest in being bothered about this?
Well, the two friends are John Barnard and Graham Jackson. John and Graham are part of something that is called the Database of British and Irish Hills, and that has details of upwards of 7,000 hills on it, generally regarded as the most accurate of its kind on the internet. And it's through their association with that one day they were talking together and saying, well, how can we increase the accuracy of the hill details? So John said, well, leave it to me and I'll go away and I'll do a little bit of research on the survey equipment.
Yeah.
So that's how that started. I was surveying some of the Welsh hills many years before that, but only in a very simple way. And what John and Greg started to do came to my attention, and I contacted them, and we teamed up, and we've been together for the last 6 or 7 years.
6 or 7 years of climbing hills, the borderline, I'm guessing. What's your success rate, if indeed it is a success rate? I know you're just accurately measuring these things, so you can't really tell. But how many did you climb, and how many have turned out to be mountains?
Well, we'd say every survey is a success, because even if you go up and if you determine that the height on the map is indeed accurate, that still answers the question. But over the years, we've surveyed in excess of 100 hills, and that's in Scotland, England, and Wales. We're currently involved with the Monroe Society in Scotland on something that they've entitled the Heighting Project, and that's looking at marginal 3,000-foot mountains. And of course, in Scotland, if it's a 3,000-foot mountain, it enters a list called the Monroes.
Okay.
And they're very popular. There's upwards of 6,000 people now completed the Monroes. And over the last 2 or 3 years...
You're making life more difficult for them. We're going to have to find more mountains to climb then.
Well, we're not up in Scotland. We're making it easier.
Oh, really? Are you getting things downgraded?
We've downgraded two of the Monroes. So
it's terrible for those mountains.
There's now 282 of them.
Do the locals not mind this? They've had an attraction which is a mountain for many a year, and you guys come along with your GPS equipment and go, no, it's a few inches out, I'm afraid.
Well, who knows, in all honesty. I think something like Thack Moor,
this is your latest discovery.
Surveyed. It may attract more people to go there. I think it's human instinct, isn't it, that we want to go up the highest, or we want to be the fastest. So with Thack Moor being elevated to the ranks of 2,000-foot mountains, I suspect it's going to receive a few more sort of visits over the coming months.
How much was it a mountain by?
Well, again, if we go back to those two figures, the figure we're looking at is 2,000 foot.
Yeah.
And in metric terms, that is 609.6 metres.
Okay.
And we surveyed Thack Moor. We visited it twice. We gathered 2 hours of summer data on the first visit, and that is last autumn. And on the 3rd of March this year, we went back and we gathered 4 hours of summer data.
Okay.
And that was post-processed, and it was so close, we sent it to our contact at the Ordnance Survey, Mark Rees, the geodetic analyst. He processed it through Burnie software.
is very, very detailed, and there's a lot that goes into this. Why? Why does it matter? Why does it matter? It obviously matters to you. It obviously matters to the rest of you guys who are involved in this. But why does it matter?
I suppose many people follow listings of hills. I mentioned the Munros before. You've got 6,000 people that have completed the Munros, and it's probably double that amount that's slowly progressing through the listing. And in England and Wales, you have listings of 2,000-foot mountains. The two most well-known listings. One is by John and Anne Nuttall, guidebook authors that live in Congleton. And the other one is by Alan Dawson, and his listing is called The Humans. And you have many, many hundreds of people sort of going out with these listings, and the great joy of following a hill list, of course, it takes you to places within the country that otherwise you wouldn't have visited.
Absolutely. Is this a profession for you? Is this a hobby? Is this what weekends are taken up with, or is it a day-by-day thing for you?
It's a hobby. It's part of the joy that we get from hill walking. John.
I like a hill walk, but I don't take GPS with me.
Well, many people do these days.
Yeah, they do actually. Yeah, to find out where they are.
GPS units, but they don't take equipment like we've got up to the summit of a hill.
I mean, the equipment that you use at the moment is accurate, but how do you know it's 100% accurate? How do you know that in 10 years' time someone isn't going to climb with a newfangled bit of gear and go, no, you got it wrong? Well, Thack Moor's actually a centimetre shorter than he thought.
Technology is ever progressing, but you have to go against what the Ordnance Survey do, the leading map makers of the country, and also like the geosystems who manufacture the equipment. And it's tried and tested. It's been put through various computer modelling systems, and the accuracy is there. Of course, the way it operates, it's very similar to your standard sat-nav that's in a car. It receives signals from orbiting satellites. But the equipment we've got, it's dual frequency, and it just edges that accuracy straight down to a very, very small margin.
How many people on a weekly basis reference that Hugh Grant film to you?
Quite a few. It's been mentioned more than once.
Yeah. What's your next project then? What's the next hill that you're going to go up and measure? Are you out this weekend?
Well, John's in Madeira at the moment, sunning himself, and Graham is. But
Lotsman's holidays, are you taking the gear with him?
No, but Graham's up in Scotland this weekend. They're celebrating one of their friends' completion of another hill. It's called the Corbett. So good luck to Graham, and also the guy that's completing it is named Chris Crocker, and he's another editor of the database of British and Irish hills. But we got our sights on a couple of hills later on this year. One we're interested in, exactly the same as Thack Moor, the scenario, which is 6 or 9 metres on the map, and that is Ilgill Head, and that's in the Western Lake District, up above Wastwater in Wasdale. So we may go and have a little look at that one sometime this summer.
It's obviously something you get an awful lot of enjoyment out of, and you've made the headlines with your second mountain discovery. The best of luck with things.
Well, many, many thanks, Steffan. Delighted to speak to you.
That's Myrddyn Phillips, a man who goes up hills and finds mountains occasionally.